Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Happy New Year, Blue Jays fans. This is actually our 200th episode, which is pretty wild to think about. What a season to launch a Blue Jays podcast. We had one hell of a ride watching this team go from worst to first and push the Dodgers to the absolute brink in the World Series. It's been incredible, and we're going to keep this going every single day. So hit those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Let's talk New Year's resolutions for the Toronto Blue Jays, because there's really only one that matters: win the World Series. We were so close, literally a game of inches, a ball bouncing the wrong way on a collision play. You couldn't have gotten much closer than that. This team pushed the juggernaut Dodgers to the brink, and it was absolutely electric to watch. My friend Eric, who runs Definitely Not Jays Talk, made a wrestling comparison the other day that really stuck with me. If you're a wrestling fan, this is like Cody Rhodes coming back to finish the story. First year at WrestleMania, he gets knocked down, doesn't quite make it. The following year, he comes back reloaded and takes the title. Yeah, it's scripted, it's entertainment, but it's a great way to tell a story. The Blue Jays went through their adversity. The baseball gods were angry for some reason, and now they come back next year to finish what they started. I love that narrative. The other thing the Blue Jays absolutely need to keep doing is maintaining the same approach they had last year. They did something nobody else in Major League Baseball was doing at that level. They put the damn ball in play, and they did it at the best rate possible. They led in most offensive metrics, but the strikeout rate was the biggest thing. The Blue Jays did not accept strikeouts as an acceptable outcome. Did they strike out? Of course, but it wasn't because they went up there just swinging hard in case they hit it. The Blue Jays were putting the ball in play at a clip above everybody else in baseball, except maybe the Kansas City Royals. And here's what they discovered. If you do that consistently, especially against teams with flawed defense like we saw with the Yankees in those early series, the put the ball in play approach works a million times over. A strikeout does nothing to help your team, nothing. And that baffles me about how we've gotten to this point in baseball where strikeouts are just accepted. Look at the mid-90s All-Star games. Guys like Jeff Bagwell batting .330, Tony Gwynn batting .370. It's insane that we've gotten so far away from hitters who actually know how to hit .300. Now, there are other factors at play. Obviously, velocity is way up across the league, but that should only make it more urgent to find ways to put the ball in play. Strikeouts get you nothing. It's not rocket science. Dave Popkins came in and completely shifted the culture in that clubhouse, and you saw it pay off with guys like Bo Bichette and George Springer especially. That approach is only going to help this team win more games, and they have to stay committed to it. Now let's talk about finding that missing piece to finish the story. Is it adding Kyle Tucker and giving him whatever he wants? Yes. Is it paying Bo Bichette whatever he wants to stay? Yes. And if you need to move money later because something doesn't work out, you can always trade those players. People are going to want them. Even if they have no trade clauses, there will be teams on those approved lists. Look at Ketel Marte. He can apparently go to Toronto but won't go to New York. These are the kinds of moves that tip you over the edge from contender to champion. Maybe it's being bold and grabbing one of the Japanese stars like Okamoto or Imai. Okamoto's posting window closes today, and Imai's closes Tuesday. So there could be some massive baseball news about those two in the next 48 hours. But the Blue Jays are also being smart about building sustained success. In the last 24 hours around New Year's, they've made 2 solid bets on players who could help them get to that next level. First is Nick Enright, who signed a 2-year minor league deal. He's recovering from Tommy John surgery, so he's probably not going to be in the conversation for 2026, but the Blue Jays are playing the long game here. Enright is incredibly talented. The Blue Jays front office saw him throughout the minors with Cleveland. Before he got hurt, he had a 2.03 ERA in 31 innings in 2025, and he's only 28 years old. This is one of those inspiring stories, too. He's not just dealing with Tommy John, but he's beaten Hodgkin's lymphoma and fought through other health issues trying to keep his major league dream alive. He could be following the same path as Chad Green a few years ago. Green came to the Blue Jays to rehab, did a wonderful job, and had some great outings before struggling last season. Enright could be that next guy. He's not alone either. Josh Winkowski just signed as well. He had internal brace surgery on his right shoulder, which hopefully means he won't need Tommy John. The brace surgery has a quicker recovery time, so we might actually see him this season. Winkowski was just designated for assignment by Boston, and the Blue Jays swiped him up through waivers. The Blue Jays gave him a 2-year deal, and here's the interesting part. They actually tried to draft him out of high school, so the organization knows what they're getting with Winkowski. He could be another starting pitcher who gets built up to be a solid piece of this pitching staff. Great sinker, good fastball up in the zone. Hopefully the surgery fixes whatever was bothering him. He was really up and down with the Red Sox last year, but he might have been fighting through this injury. Who knows? Maybe he gets healthy and comes out throwing darts. These are the kinds of calculated risks that smart organizations take to build depth and find value. We're also apparently in on Alex Bregman all of a sudden, which is interesting. There are some other things brewing here. Maybe the Blue Jays get that final puzzle piece we were just talking about over the next few days. Just remember the clock is ticking. We're almost a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting, 40 days until they show up, which means spring training games and opening day are right behind that. The offseason moves need to happen soon if they're going to happen. So make sure you're joining us right here every day for all the news, analysis, and everything Blue Jays. Thank you for sticking with us through 200 episodes. Here's to the next 200 and hopefully a World Series championship to celebrate along the way. Happy New Year, everyone.